Welcome back to our World Cup Control Center in Mexico City. Halftime in that key Group B match from Toluca between Belgium and Paraguay. This afternoon, we continue our series on the history of the World Cup. And here is part 3. In 1962, the World Cup tournament in Chile was in doubt because of a severe earthquake, similar to that which preceded the '86 World Cup in Mexico. But like the Mexicans, nothing would stop the Chileans from hosting the event. By '62, a new stadium was ready in Santiago, and it was to be the scene of one of the most extraordinary games in World Cup history. The game featured host Chile and Italy. The Italians went on to win the game 2-0. But what will be remembered most is the violence that led to the game being dubbed the Battle of Santiago. Defensive soccer was in vogue at this time. Even the high-powered Brazilians, masters of the attack, reverted to a defensive 4-4-3 system. But they still proved to be superior, with a 3-1 win over Czechoslovakia in the final. For the second time running, Brazil had won the Jules Rimet Trophy. The 1966 World Cup came to England. The event in London reached an audience of 500 million viewers. The World Cup had come of age. It was now rated as highly as the Olympics as a world-class sporting event. But the pictures coming from London told an ugly tale of violence. After the experiences in England, Pelé almost gave up World Cup soccer. In the match between Brazil and Portugal, Pelé was a marked man. Within 25 minutes of the first half, 2 Portuguese defenders brought Pelé down viciously. Pelé was quoted afterwards as saying, "Soccer has been distorted by violence. I do not want to finish my life as an invalid." Many rated the final between England and West Germany as the most exciting to date. Germany would score first. But England equalized, and with the score tied at 2, the teams went to overtime. The game was won by a controversial Jeff Hurst goal, which hit the crossbar, but never crossed the line, and England went on to win 4-2. The World Cup came to Mexico in 1970. Although the political climate was unstable and emotionally charged, the event went off without incident. The Europeans were worried about the heat and altitude as they are in 1986. But Brazil enjoyed playing in familiar conditions. They were convinced that they could win the World Cup for the 3rd time. The final pitted Brazil against Italy, and the atmosphere was supercharged with excitement and emotion. In his last World Cup appearance, Pelé scored Brazil's first goal with a brilliant header. Brazil's exuberance, tough to match at the best of times, floored at least one member of the Italian side. In the second half, Brazil demonstrated that their South American style of soccer could beat the defensive European approach. Brazil was victorious again. And they held the glittering Jules Rimet Trophy for the 3rd time, and FIFA allowed them to keep the trophy forever. It was a fitting end to Pelé's World Cup career. but his career as a world soccer ambassador was just beginning. And, of course, Pele would continue his soccer career in the North American Soccer League, and we'll continue our history of the World Cup tomorrow. The Labatt TV series returns in a moment.
Heat wave, feel the sunshine beating, and the feeling of a heat wave.
Budweiser, there's no other beer like a cold, refreshing bar. Budweiser, we should be more and more. The most popular beer in the whole wide world. This Bud's for you. It's got Beachwood Ace taste. Budweiser, that great Bud taste keeps coming through. This Bud's for you. Deep inside, gonna ride it to the sky. Gonna ride it and never let go. Got some heart, got some pride. Ain't no win, but I'll try.
Petro-Canada is proud to support Canada's national team and youth soccer across Canada.
I'll stand with the best in the world.
Petro-Canada, our energy is Canada.
It's the final day of first-round action in Group B, and so far only one goal to report. Frankie Vercauteren giving Belgium a 1-0 lead over Paraguay at Toluca. Meantime, Mexico and Iraq are scoreless at Azteca Stadium. Now, Group A action concluded yesterday with Italy and Argentina battling for first place. Let's take a look at the highlights as Italy met South Korea, and they will open the scoring in the first half. Now, Di Gennaro is hauled down, but a good, or Galdarisi hauled down, but a good play by Di Gennaro to keep the ball alive, sends it across, and watch Altobelli very calmly in over the South Korean goaltender, and it was 1-0 for Italy. Again, the cross by Di Gennaro, and Altobelli waits till the goalkeeper makes the first move. Later in the first half, Altobelli is hauled down in the box, and that sets up a penalty kick for the Italian striker. And unbelievably, he hit the post, so it was 1-0 as we went to the second half. And then a great play by the South Korean Choi as he'll hook his right-footed shot. It's a blast off the fingertips of Galley. And South Korea had tied Italy 1-1, and that one's worth another look. But the Italians respond after that. The ball chipped into the box. Altobelli off of his knees, turns around, fires into the back of the net. That's his fourth goal of the tournament, second of the game for Alessandro Altobelli. Great recovery there after being down, and that made it 2-1. Then Di Napoli with a fine individual play, moving into the box and sends it across. Altobelli gets credit for the hat-trick goal. He has scored all 5 goals for Italy in this competition so far, and is the leading goal scorer in the World Cup, although that one might have gone off the South Korean defender. The South Koreans, though, were a determined bunch. They come back with one late goal, this one by Ho, as he beats Galley from close range. That gave the South Korean fans something to celebrate. But Italy hangs on for a 3-2 victory over South Korea. Meantime, at Olympico Stadium in Mexico City, it was Argentina against Bulgaria. The Argentinians would clinch first place with the victory. And Cachifo gets them off to a fine start as he steals the ball and sends it across. Valdano in the air with a tremendous header, giving Argentina a 1-0 lead, Jorge Valdano's third goal of the tournament. Cachifo stole the ball from Markov, sends it across. Valdano in the air with a great goal. Now, there weren't many exciting moments in this game, but Diego Maradona gave us a few. Here he beats 3 Bulgarian defenders, just lost the ball down at the line, gets a weak shot on goal, but Maradona showing you what he can do, and he did it again in the second half. As he beats the Bulgarian here, takes the look, and then sends the left-footed cross over. And there is Burshaga with a great heading goal, and it was 2-0 for Argentina. Another look at Maradona sending it across. Burshaga, like Valdano in the first half, making no mistake. Argentina winning Group A with a 2-0 victory over Bulgaria. So the picture is starting to become somewhat clearer as we watch these teams try to finish in the final 16 of World Cup play. Argentina, Italy, the Soviet Union, France, Brazil, and Denmark are officially through to the second round. Now, these teams are probable qualifiers. Mexico and Paraguay already with 3 points. That should be enough to get into the next round, as have West Germany and Poland. But then it becomes very interesting. There are 6 positions still open, 12 teams still in the running. Bulgaria finished third. They don't have much of a chance. Belgium certainly strengthening their bid today. Iraq is in trouble. They need a win and a lot of help, as is Hungary. Hungary finishing with 2 points. The bad goals against average. Don't expect them in the next round. Spain appears to have a good chance of moving on. Northern Ireland will need a victory over Brazil to strengthen their chance of moving on to the next round. Algeria will finish against Spain, will need at least 1 point. Uruguay and Scotland will play, and the winner of that game might move on. The Scots definitely need a win and some help to advance to the next round. Portugal and Morocco will play, and England definitely needs a victory over Poland to have any chance of advancing to the next round. Just 2 teams officially eliminated. They are South Korea and Canada, and both countries have been credited for certainly going out in valiant style. World Cup 86 on CBC Sports continues in a moment.
British Columbia, Vancouver, and Expo 86, a spectacular national celebration where Canada will host the world. 5.5 months of entertainment, culture, and friendly people. Come to the province you've never seen.
Come on out!
Come to a world so spectacular.
Join us!
3-day tickets and information at the Royal Bank.
Baseball excitement's in the cards. The Expos on CBC television. Complete coverage of all the crucial matchups. This season, the deck is stacked with ace players. Raines, Dawson, Reardon, Smith, Law, Wallach. It's a full house of a lineup. Grab a bench when the Expos play their strong cards live Saturday.
Nobody plays me for a sucker smart guy.
The dealers catch up with Scott, and they're threatening the safety of his newfound family.
Fire!
Brothers by Choice, Monday night.
How important are these games in Group B? Well, Belgium can finish first with the win if they're lucky, or they can finish third and out of the second round. So every goal, every play, very important. Let's take a look at the highlights of the first half in Toluca. And the opening volley came off the foot of Stefan Demal right on Fernandez. An easy play for the Paraguayan goalkeeper. And then Paraguay off of a free kick. Canetti with the shot, which didn't miss that far post by much, and it was still scoreless. Then Canetti sends a long ball down into the corner. Ferreira with the cross. Nunez will take the shot. It is stopped. And the ball comes out to Canetti, and his shot goes off. A Belgian defender just misses that open corner. That was a close call. And then Canetti's free kick is stopped by Pfaff. Good save by the Belgian keeper there. And then Belgium gets on the scoreboard. Jan Sulemans, their quarterback, sends it through. Vertonghen, perfect lob over the goaltender into the back of the net. That one's worth another look as Frankie Vertonghen celebrates Belgium's first goal. You won't see a better lob shot than this. Over the goaltender, down and into the back corner of the net. Paraguay came back and comes close to scoring here, but a great save by Renquin to kick the ball out. Let's take another look as Paraguay appeared to have the tying goal, but Renquin, bicycle kick, sends it out of the goal. And it is 1-0 Belgium as we get ready for the second half. So now, let's go back to Toluca and rejoin Jeff Gowan and Sam Lenarduzzi. And welcome back to Toluca, where we anticipate as exciting a second half as the first one, as we see the